Going on, guys? Welcome to ELO Gaming. Today I wanted to go ahead and discuss a minigame that doesn't get a lot of traffic from players. It's kind of a dead minigame, but hopefully with this guide I'll be able to help a couple people out and learn how to run the game solo, um, and also duo, trio, up to 5 mans, and even beyond that if we could get some players in here. But today I'm mainly going to be focusing on the solo guides. There's two different solo guides that I'm going to be discussing in this video. Um, and just to get started, I would like to show you where the minigame is and how to get here. So obviously here I'm on Fossil Island, and Volcanic Mine is in the northeast corner of it. To get there, obviously you have to do your dig site quest. You also have to do your Bon Voyage quest, which then would be able to get you access to the island. From there, you get to the barge. There's a couple different paths that you can get to the minigame. If you want to run south here all the way around the volcanic mine, you can do that. If you have the agility level, you could just get off the barge bypassing the bank, and uh, at 64 agility, you can climb up the rope here, and then you just run around. It is a lot faster to go that way. There's also the mushroom trees that once you have those unlocked, there's also one in this house over here that you could just teleport over here to the valley, and then you can just run up north to the mine. So just to discuss the minigame a little bit before we end up getting started, you would end up paying Mr. Pete here to enter the mine. It's about 200 or so Nemulite to enter the mine, or you can do a one-time payment to go ahead and have full access to the mine without having to pay every single time. I would definitely recommend doing that if you are going to spend some time here, which more than likely you will. So during the minigame, there's basically a giant boulder all the way to the south, and the whole goal is to get it to the vortex all the way far north. So as you mine the boulder, it will float downstream to the next station, 1 through 5, and when you successfully mine it at that 5th station, it would then go to the vortex, granting you and everybody else in your party a 100 extra points. The whole point of the minigame is to mine the boulder down, getting ore fragments that you would turn into Mr. Pete here, for points, and then you'd gain access to his shop. So a couple things that you might want to go ahead and do. It's definitely not necessary, but it just adds a quality of life to being down there. Is I'm on the RuneLite client, and I would definitely recommend a couple plugins, just two. So to download them, you go to the plugin hub and you type in right here. But since I already had them, I'll just go to the wrench, and you'd look up Ultimate Volcanic Mine plugin. Click on the gear, and the only thing on here that I would change is timing. For platform timer, just make sure that the box is checked. It comes unchecked. What that does is once the platform gets to a 25 tick timer and counting down, it will just show you on the platform. That way you don't end up falling in the lava once that platform disintegrates, where you can take up to about 55 plus damage. And that's the only thing I would change on here. The only other plugin I would definitely recommend is tile packs, and just make sure it's turned on, and it will actually show on your bright bar here. You can click tile packs, and you just scroll. If you're at the top, you just scroll all the way down to Volcanic Mine, clicking the plus, turning it to a minus, meaning that all the tiles are going to be marked down there for you. You can do it yourself, but I just found it easier just to do it right here. It does it for you. You do not need the Volcanic Mine solo. I don't think it's necessary for the strategy I'm going to show you. And those are really the only two plugins that I would suggest. They're definitely not necessary, but it adds a quality of life to the minigame. So when you get the points from the minigame, you'll be able to trade Mr. Pete here, and you can just right click him and go to his shop, which is Petrified Pete's Ore Shop. There's some pretty good resources in here. You got all your ores. You got a couple items that you might want on an Iron Man or a Hardcore, such as Volcanic Ash. That's pretty nice. You have your Volcanic Mine Teleport for 200 points each. Brings you right back here if you had to leave and come back. Your large water container, that's for 10,000 points. I definitely recommend this is the very first item that you buy, because for the solo method I'm going to show you, you're definitely going to need that. You have your ultra fertile soil spell, a whopping 40,000 points. That would be pretty handy on Iron Man or hardcore if you're trying to make those ultra composts. Um, as well as your ore packs, you have a 1 in 100 chance to uh, when you open these to get a broken dragon pickaxe, which actually I had just received. So for your recommended items, I would definitely look at the wiki if you're not sure what you could bring. The wiki breaks down all the best items and gear that you could bring if you're looking for the most efficient, if you're looking to have a little more run energy or prayer, or if you're looking for that extra mining XP that you can get from the full proselyte. Those are all different options that you can bring. I would definitely recommend um, high prayer, or full graceful, or full proselyte, whatever you're looking for or to increase. But really, the only thing you need at this mini game is a pickaxe and 50 mining. What I like to do is I like to bring some prayer items as well as some health regen items. Celestial ring for that mining boost. I got the prospector's boots. Why not get a little bit of extra XP? And then I got my proselyte armor just to give me that nice prayer bonus, since I will be praying protect from range the whole time I'm in there. So you can basically bring whatever you want. You could go in with just a pickaxe if you want, but it's definitely not recommended, seeing how you can take some damage from those lava beasts that are throwing those rocks at you. Um, for items, I would say 10 to 15 pieces of good healing food. It's not a bad idea to bring some combo foods. I got monkfish and crumble on here. Um, I would say at least one 4-dose prayer potion, maybe a super energy or even an energy potion, something to just help with that run regen. Stamina potions are not necessary, but I got them, so might as well use them. I would just say at least one of these and then one full prayer potion. If you don't have prayer potions and you're already hit that Valamore Hunter, you can go ahead and get those Moonlight Moths mix. It's a essentially another way to get prayer potions. It's a 2-dose, and I believe it restores up to 44 prayer. And you just have to have, I believe, 80 or 75, uh, 75 Hunter for that. Yeah, and then other than that, other than the food and the potions, I like to bring a holy wrench. Just gives me a couple extra points on that prayer. I like to bring a rune pouch with my runes to go to my house. You can just teleport to your house and redo your stats with your pool of rejuvenation. If you don't have that, and you haven't built your construction up, go ahead and get a dueling ring, and you can just go to Ferox Enclave, and then you can use that pool there, and then just use the Volcanic Mine teleport to get back here. Um, and it's pretty simple to reset your stats that way. But those are mainly the items I would definitely recommend, but really it's kind of all up to you. Some people like to have like the Dragon Mace or a Wolfbane, something that gives like a bitter prayer bonus, but since I got the pickaxe, I might as well wear it. So just to go over the solo capping method real quick, basically there's the chambers down there, and there's these large rocks that you can pick up and put on the chamber to cap it, or to mine it off would be uncapping it. Each player in the mini game is allowed up to 6 caps or uncaps, for a total of 300 points. 50 points each time you do one action. Um, the capping method, basically you'd run in and you'd cap it up to 6 times, and then you'd check 2 vents and you'd leave for 400 points. To me, it just seems silly to play the minigame like that. I'd rather just play it the way it was meant to be played. I feel like I get more points per hour actually playing the full minigame versus running in and out for 2 minutes at a time. But that is basically how you do that. the nice part about the method I'm going to show you is that I'm still getting those points by doing that during the evolution of the full solo. The first method is going to be that triple check method. It's going to be the method where I'm going to be doing the mine in its entirety. I want to make sure I go ahead and have all my food set up here. Maybe just bring like one more piece of food. I should have plenty. I want to make sure that I have a full prayer potion as well. Go ahead and top that off there, and then I'll be good to go down into the mine. So once I'm down here, I'm going to end up walking all the way to the southeast corner stairs, which are already marked. These stairs are marked because of the tile packs plug-in for Volcanic Mine, so that's nice. And you'll see all the other yellow squares when we're down there. So just to explain it a little bit, you'll see your timer over here, your points. Once that timer reaches 0, I'm going to spam click the stairs, allowing me to go down. You're going to run up north and you're going to grab a large rock. You can also see your stabilities at 50%. It always starts at 50. And you see the players in the mine. And then you see your event status, which are all random right now. And then you see your chamber status, which is what we are actually doing. So you check your B vent by clicking on it. It's going to show the status of your B status of the chamber actually, and then you check your C vent, and it also checks your C vent status. So since B is unblocked and it's at 22%, I'm going to put a rock on it. And since C is at 41%, I'm also going to have to put a rock on it. Basically, the rule is if it's under 50, you want to put a rock on it, and if it's above 50, you want to take the rock off. Go ahead and cap that, and then I'm just going to run over here and touch the gas hole, which will then send me across the river. Because since this is the triple check method, I'm going to be doing B, C, and A in that order. You run over here. Obviously, you want to make sure you're always praying protect from range, because these lava beasts can hit pretty good. To throw the water down onto the lava, you have to face the lava square, not at an angle. So if I want to put it here, I'm going to run here and then face the lava and then put it down. Since right here you can see it's blue, you're not sure what it is, but you know it's about 91% because it's blue. So you're going to just go ahead and take that rock off just so you don't have to backtrack. And you're going to touch that vent for those free points, which then will show that it was at 90. Since I took the rock off, it will go down, which is good, and it will stabilize. Face the lava, throw the platform down. You're going to come right here. You're going to put the platform down, start mining. If you have a dragon pickaxe, do not forget to use your special attack for the increased mining XP boost. And then you're just going to mine the giant boulder. So this is station 1. As a solo, and only as a solo, when you put down a platform like I did, and you start mining, you will 100% mine this boulder before this platform disintegrates. What you're going to see is a tick timer on the platform once it reaches 25 ticks left. If I stood here and let the platform disappear, I would fall into the lava. I would be sent upstream, and it would take do about 55 plus damage. So you definitely don't want to stay on the platform when it's at like 5 ticks or less. I would just run off and make a new platform. But as a solo, you are able to put down the platform and finish the boulder without stopping mining. Say you had to eat a lot and you had to drink a prayer or something, then you would have to end up stepping off and making a new platform because you probably wouldn't finish the boulder in time. That's why I would suggest when you're running in between that you can just go ahead and eat and drink and do whatever you need to do. And then you put down a platform and you mine at the second section. So this is section 1, this is section 2, section 3, section 4 is right there, and section 5 is just out of view of the camera. When you're mining this giant boulder, these are the ore fragments that you get. You also get a couple of different things, the numerite, you get this and a couple other things. But mainly you're looking for the ore fragments because this is what you would turn into Mr. Pete at the end, which will give you your points. It's all RNG based. Obviously, the higher mining, the better chance of getting the higher level ores. Um, you want to make sure that you don't bring too much food because if you don't have space in your inventory for them to go into your inventory, you're probably losing out on points. So I would just say if you do bring too much food, maybe eat some of it just to get rid of inventory slots. So at 5 minutes here, you're going to see that all 3 vents will restart to the blue. It's going to be random numbers. So I will, during this triple check method, what I'm going to do is I will cross the river here. I'm going to go back to the northeast or northwest, and I'm going to recheck all 3 vents. Make sure you're eating and praying, drinking your prayer potions or your super energies while you're running just to save you time. You don't want to have to do that while you're mining the boulder because it takes away from those potential points and mining XP that you can get. So after the 5 minute mark, I'm going to go ahead and check a vent. Because it's at 21, I need to add a boulder to a chamber. Go ahead and place it on there, and then we're going to not go back to mining. We're going to go up here to the gas hole to cross the river. So say that I got to the A vent a little early and it was at like 5 minutes and 2 seconds. What I would want to do is stand there and wait for 4:59 on the clock so that I don't miss the check opportunity. Um, as long as you check any time after the 5 minute mark, those vents will reset. It would stink to check them and have to run all the way back because you realize you checked it too early. So because B is at 45%, it is blocked. It's under 50 and it's blocked, so that's good. B or C, excuse me, is at 89% and it's blocked, which is bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go over to C, make sure that I always have some run energy. I'm going to build the bridge and I'm going to take that rock off. Whenever you pass B vent, go ahead and pick those rocks up like I did, because that's going to help you get to that 6 cap method. Basically what that is it you're allowed up to 6 caps or uncaps, which is putting the rock on or taking the rock off the chambers. Each time you do that, it gives you 50 points per action, up to 6 times for 300 points. And you can do that every single game. Say there was one other person or 2 other people in here, they can also do that, but you just want to make sure that you're doing that at the next phase because you're standing right next to it anyways. When you're doing the triple check method solo, it's good to get here around the 3 minutes and 20 seconds mark. That means you're doing pretty good. You should be able to finish this phase and the 4th phase by the time the game is over. At any time that you are in here, you want if you have 30 seconds left on the clock, it will not let you mine the boulder anymore. You would run up the stairs and you'd get out that way, climbing up the rope to exit the mine successfully. Say that I was scared that I was going to die. As long as you leave by 30 seconds from wherever you are over here, you will be able to make it to the stairs, even if you're all the way down at phase 5, which is way down there. So I'm going to go ahead and eat my food. I'm going to drink a prayer potion. And then since I need one more cap, I'm just going to go ahead and take this rock off. And I'm just going to put it back on just so that I can make sure that the mine stays good. Put a platform down, and then I'm going to continue mining. So during this triple check method, you will always get to this phase, and you should always be able to have enough time to finish this boulder to where it's going to go down to phase 5, which is down there. And that would be the vortex as well. If you could mine it in phase 5, it would go down the vortex, giving you an extra 100 points. But you'll probably never almost reach that for this method down there. At 30 seconds, I would leave this spot and I would go to the stairs and I would climb up and then go up the rope. But I know for a fact that I'm going to be able to finish this boulder by that time anyways, which then I would just leave because I would not have time to go down to the next phase. And you're just going to mine. Again, don't try not to eat if you don't have to. Obviously, if you're going to die or something, it's important to eat. That's why it's good to bring the combo foods. But try not to take away from your mining time. You're getting these, nice ores. And as you can see, as a solo, I'm almost at 1900 points, and I'm at the 30-second mark. I probably needed about 2 or 3 more hits on that bad boy, and it would have moved on. But that's okay because you still got a good amount of points on this run. So at the 30-second mark, it always drops down to 5. Don't be scared. 5% stability. It just does that, and it's just telling you that the minigame's over. So you'll run up the stairs and you'll exit the rope that you came in. And that is how you do the solo triple check method. So this next method that I'm going to show you guys is called the FKA method. Basically, I'm just going to completely ignore a vent and a chamber the entire time, which is actually going to allow me to get down to that 5th stage, which is pretty awesome for doing a solo. We're going to try to see if we can get pretty close to 2,000 points this game mining, and then we'll see how it goes. So we're going to go ahead and just deposit anything we don't need and upgrade our inventory a little bit. So we got a full prayer potion, full energy, super energy potion, and a full stamina. And then I just like to place them down here. I'm going to go ahead and get some food. I don't want to bring too much. And then I'm just going to go ahead and teleport to my house. You can teleport to your house if you don't have the rejuvenation pool. That's okay. If you haven't done your construction, just go ahead and get a dueling ring. Go to Ferox Enclave and use their pool, and then you can buy these Volcanic Mine teleports, which bring you right back here for 200 points by Mr. Pete here. And then we're good to go into the mine. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and walk down here. I'm going to go to the southeast side again. And this is the FKA method. We're going to completely FKA, literally. So we're just going to be worried about B vent and C vent, and then B vent and C chamber, and then we're just going to mine that rock. I like to put the water can all the way up at the top. It's a little easier than having to go down there, but that's all preference. So you're going to run in here and you're going to pick up a large rock always. Why not? You might as well get it. That helps with that 6 caps that you're allowed each game. And again, you're going to step 1 tile away, and you're going to step 2, square yourself with the lava, and you're just going to spam click. It's okay. Don't forget to turn on your protect from prayer, or excuse me, your protect from range. You're going to check B vent, which is at 57% and it's blocked, so I will have to take that rock off. Then you're going to check C vent, which then shows the status of it, and that rock will also have to come off since it's at 68, which that's okay. Completely ignoring A helps out in the aspect that the fact that you have to run all the way over to this C chamber. It's okay. You're still gonna make up for it in the end. So you're going to go ahead and mine that rock off. Then you're going to run over here 1 tile away, and then you'll step to the lava. Step to the lava, and you're going to just spam click. So as you can see on the left-hand side, A chamber is at 92. So we know that it's at 92, or roughly 1 or 2 numbers off. Don't forget to use your special attack if you have a dragon pickaxe for that extra mining boost. So the fact that B is good, C is going down, which is good, and A is almost at 100%, we are still okay. As you can see, the stability is in 83%. It has a positive rate of 2, and you got 3 green numbers. Say that you saw a red 10, a red 12, and a red 16. Those random numbers, it doesn't matter. If you saw three triple reds or three double red numbers, that would be bad, and you would probably want to go ahead and head to the stairs and climb out. Or if you're really scared, just go ahead and teleport. If you see the mine shaking and it's green, you are good to go. The mine is not going to collapse unless it gets to 0 right here. The vent status at 0 and 100 right now, it really doesn't matter since I have two good vents and I have one bad vent. By the time that all three reset at 5 minutes, I will already be down there and I'll be heading to fix B and C once they do reset. So have no fear doing this method. I found that it works pretty well. And so see that 25 tick mark, the boulder's finished off that one platform, and then I'm going to go ahead and eat a piece of food, put a flat platform down, and start mining again. So you can directionally throw these containers, but I find it easier to just take one step back, like say right here, and then step to the lava and put it down instead of trying to directional throw. With this guy attacking me, he can kind of interrupt you sometimes, and it makes it a little bit hard because then you have to keep trying to do it, and it's just frustrating. So I would just say if you're having trouble with the directional throw, just take one step away and face the lava wherever you want to actually put it down. So we're at a 0, which is fine. We still got three green numbers. We're at 91% stability, so the mine is perfect. It's going to reset at 5 minutes anyways, and all these will change. The stability will be the same, but all these will change. We're going to still completely ignore A, and we're just going to go run all the way north, check B and C, and then we're going to go and check... we're going to fix the chambers as needed. So I'm going to cross the river. I'm going to step, and then I'm going to back step, make a platform, start mining. From here, once you have about 5 minutes and about 25 seconds, you can start running north to the B vent and C vent, and then you'll make your way back. Say you were on the other side, as you can see I put 519. It's really 520 if you were mining the rock and you're doing the triple check method by yourself. As long as you're at station 3, you could leave about 520 to go check A. But again, about 525 from here, you just go and make your way up north to check B and C. Make sure you're drinking your prayer potions whenever you need to. If you just hover, it says I have 5 minutes and 22 seconds left on that, so you can just match that, so you're making sure you're not drinking too much prayer, like unnecessarily. Go ahead and there, check those two. So B is at 58% and it's unblocked, which is good. I'm going to leave that alone. And C is at 35% and it is unblocked, so I need to run over there and put a rock on there. I could go ahead and cap C a couple times, but since I'm going to have some time in between the third phase and the fourth phase because the rock moves so slow, I'll just do it over here at the fourth phase to get my 6 caps. So again, as a triple check method, you'd get here around like 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and I'm already here at 4 minutes and 5 seconds, giving you almost an extra 35 seconds to mine the boulder, which is where you're going to get your money in the end, because the farther it goes down, the more ore fragments that you're getting, which means the more points per hour. So we're looking pretty good. A vent is at 95 to 98%, but we don't even care because by the time we get down to B, we're going to put a rock on it and that's going to go up. And then C's already working its way up. We're at 100% stability and we're good to go. Whenever the mine is going crazy like that, it just means rocks are falling and they could hit you. You could take some good damage from them, up to 20s plus, but as long as you're watching your health and you got some food, you're good to go. So once you come down here, since I'm at 3, I'm just going to put a rock on, and I'm going to mine it off. And I'm going to put a rock on, and I'm going to leave it since I'm at my 6. I'm going to combo E, put a platform down. I'm going to start mining. Don't forget to use your special attack as well. And then you just mine, mine, mine. As you can see, we have 2 minutes and 47 seconds about since when we got here, which should give us enough time actually to get all the way down to phase 5 as a solo, which is pretty cool. You probably aren't going to finish that phase 5, but that's okay. You're still going to get those extra ores, which makes, get your points. If you were here or even if you were down there, you'd still leave at the 30-second mark. The only difference that if you do get to phase 5, and you're going to want to watch your platforms. If you see the 25 tick timer, I would just say go ahead and leave. That way you don't get stuck. But if you don't see the platform tick timers, then you're good to go to keep mining until the 30 seconds. It's better to get out with some points than to end up staying and dying. If you do die in this mini game by the mine collapsing, you would lose a hardcore status. If you fall in the lava, you do not die. You just take a massive amount of damage, up to 55 plus. So I would definitely say watch out for that. The tick timer platform helps a lot with that. And we're heading to the 5th phase. I didn't need to drink a prayer pot there, but that's okay. And you're just going to build your platforms, and you're going to one step away, and then step to it, build a platform, and start mining. So now that I got here at 1 minute and 19 seconds, I still have, roughly 50 seconds, almost 40 seconds or so to mine this small boulder, giving me those extra valuable points I could get. Again, it's all RNG based. It's just luck of the draw of what you're actually getting. But you could push almost 2,000 points per game, compared to the 15 to 1,800 points with the triple check method, which isn't too bad for doing a solo run. You're getting a large amount of points, as you can see, as well as you're getting that nice XP drop at the end. Whereas if you wore that full prospector outfit, you'd get even more XP, which is amazing. So at that 30-second mark, you're going to go ahead and head out because it's not going to allow you to mine anyways. And you can see the platforms are starting to change colors, so that would be something you want to watch out for when you're all the way at that 5th phase. And obviously the 30 seconds drops the stability down to 5% automatically, just telling you that it's time to go. And you want to boot, scoot, and boogie out of here. You got about 8 seconds to spare, which is perfect time. 2140 on the points, and a nice XP drop of 8,148. That's how you do the FKA method as a solo. I've done it enough times to where as long as you run that route that I just showed you, um, there is room for error. But just make sure that you're watching your health, your prayer, and your run energy, and you'll be good to go. You'll be able to run that route and get pretty um, similar points and XP drops every single time. And I just feel like it's a lot better than the solo cap method, running in and getting 400 points and leaving. So yeah, that's the FKA method. Those are the two different methods that I would recommend, especially if you're solo. Um, and really, that goes for, it doesn't matter if you have 1, 2, 3, or even 5 people or more. I break this mini game down into 3 roles. In my opinion, you have your A side, you have your B and C side. So that would be roll 1 and roll 2 respectively, and then roll 3. No matter how many players it is, if it was 2 or 5 extra people, would be power miners. They would go straight to the boulder, and that's what they would do all game. Um, and that's my opinion. I know certain people like to play the game minigame certain ways, but I found that um, that way to work pretty well. And usually, you're finishing the boulder all the way through the 5th phase. If you have any suggestions of how it can be better, please feel free to put that in the comments. I would love to read that and improve my gameplay as suggested by you guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I do want to give a shout out to a couple people. One guy on YouTube, he has two different channels, Low IQ Gaming and also Thoughts and Theories. Um, he makes some pretty cool, interesting videos. He helped me out a lot in the production of this video. Um, this video being my first, and I want to give him a shout out. I also want to give a shout out to my boy Galbalush here. Um, he took the time out of his day to really teach me this mini game. If it wasn't for him, I probably would do exactly what everybody else does when they come here, go in, die, and just not want to play it. So thank you very much for taking the time out of your day and uh, teaching me how to play the mini game to where I actually found that I enjoyed it, and I just feel like I should try to give back and help teach anybody that's willing to listen. Um, this mini game is a little bit scary, but I think that if you figure out this method and get it down, it can actually be pretty enjoyable. If you have any suggestions on how to make that better, please don't be afraid to put that in the comments. I always want to try to improve on my own gameplay, and I just feel like we should all, help out each other and be kind and friendly to